Hi guys, I'm Eileen. If you're new here, I'm someone who loves luxury handbags, shoes and jewelry, but I'm also all about having a curated wardrobe with the things I actually use and love. I think enjoying luxury this way is a lot more sustainable in terms of saving time and money. Currently, I'm very happy with my luxury collection. I use everything regularly, so I think I'm really making my money worth. And today I want to share with you some of the really good books that have completely changed the way I look at shopping and spending money. I think if you are aiming to buy less, choose well, and have a curated wardrobe that will last you for years, you need to read these books. My favorite way of learning is to listen to audiobooks on Audible because it makes reading so much easier and quicker. First of all, you need to read The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. This book is massively popular, but I would like to know if you've read this book. I know I've mentioned this book a few times on my channel, but every time I try to recommend this book to the people I speak to, a lot of them are like, yeah, I've read this book 4 years ago. Anyway, I really wish I've read this book earlier because it completely changed my life and my shopping habits. Marie Kondo is an expert in decluttering, so this book tells you how to keep every corner of your house clean and tidy. But she said she doesn't consider herself a minimalist. Her teaching is about keeping the things that really spark joy and remove everything else. So essentially, she's not suggesting to throw away everything, but rather to make room for the things you truly enjoy. I think this is especially relevant for luxury collections because clutter is bad, but clutter that costs you a fortune is worse. And really, when you allow yourself to let go of the things that no longer serve you, it can feel really liberating. The second book I will highly recommend is Goodbye Things by Fumio Sasaki. I've read this book several times and I still find a lot of values from it. This book is quite a bit more extreme because the author is a minimalist, so he really doesn't have a lot of things. In fact, he said he could actually pack all his belongings into one suitcase in under 10 minutes if he wanted to move. I don't think I would want to live that way. I still have a soft spot for beautiful and luxury things after all. But this book has really inspired me to look at things as just objects. The author has explained how excessiveness will not make us happy and how the things we own could end up owning us if we give them too much power. And I find that really relatable because at one point I had about 17 luxury handbags, but when I downsized to those that I actually use and enjoy, I feel so much happier. This book also talks about why we humans find joy in shopping and why we shop the way we do. So for example, when we buy something new, we'll get a dopamine rush, which will make us feel excited and happy. But quite often that feeling doesn't last for a long time because eventually we'll get used to that beautiful item and we'll start looking for the next thing to buy. But the thing is, we probably felt the same excitement with everything that we've bought. But why is it that we would now look at the very same item and say to ourselves, why did we buy this again? Personally, I think it's really important to recognize these feelings because it can really prevent emotional shopping and future regrets. The next book is Your Money or Your Life by Vicki Robin. This book is very famous in the personal finance world, and I think everyone should give this a read because it will really give you a reality check for your finances. And if you think you have a shopping addiction problem, this book will give you the wake-up call you need. So basically, the author talk about how you can calculate your real hourly wage, not what's on your payslip. So for example, you might be getting paid £100 an hour, and now you should start taking away things like tax, work-related expenses like clothing, travel, entertainment, food, or de-stressing weekend activities, and even stress-related medical bills. And now you might realize you are actually only getting paid £40 an hour, and you should use this figure as a reference whenever you want to spend money. So for example, if a luxury handbag costs £1,000, is it worth you working for 5 full days to get this handbag? Sometimes, after a lot of thinking, you might still decide you want to make the purchase, and that's okay because at least you are making an informed decision. The author also talked about how we all only have a certain amount of life energy, so for everything that you don't buy, those are the hours you don't have to spend working. I highly recommend this book because it really forces you to look at your personal finance head on, and it has saved me a lot of money because with everything I buy now, big or small, I really think twice because I only want to spend my hard-earned money on the things that make me happy or the things that add value to my life. Last but not least, I want to recommend the book Predictably Irrational by Dan Ariely. I find this book really entertaining because the author included a lot of real life experiments to show us why humans behave irrationally with money and why we have the spending habits we have. So, for example, you might be shopping for shoes, and if everything was at full price, you probably only wanted to buy one pair of shoes for £200. But now let's assume everything was discounted at 20% off. All of a sudden, you might want to buy 2 pairs of shoes and ended up spending £320 and still think you've got yourself a good bargain. This is because our minds prefer to see this transaction as saving 20% rather than spending 80% twice. Another key message from the book is that we are often very attracted to anything that's advertised as free. We always feel better paying £250 for an item that comes with free shipping rather than paying £240 for the item and another £10 for the delivery. The £10 just seems so painful to pay for when essentially the cost is the same in both cases. Another trap we often fall into is free gift. So you might only want to spend £80 on the website, but when you hit the checkout button, it's now telling you you have to spend another £20 to get a free cosmetic bag. And you might find yourself browsing on the website to look for unnecessary things to buy just to get this free gift. Essentially, I think if we want to be smart with our money, we need to first recognize we have these irrational behaviors and then try to find a solution to tackle them. This book has a lot of interesting facts that blew me away. I think it's a fantastic read and will be worth your time. So those are the books I would highly recommend if you want to enjoy luxury and shopping, but you still want to be good with your money. Again, these books have brought a lot of values to my life, and I hope they will do the same to you. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Have a nice day.